It remained to be seen, though, if he'd follow through once the emotional high of winning a second straight Super Bowl subsided and serious contract negotiations began. With so much money on the line, he had to approach the situation more dispassionately. Last offseason, Jones engaged in a lengthy holdout that ended days after Kansas City kicked off the year in Week 1. Failing to go through his usual preparations did little to impact his performance on the field, though. The 29-year-old had 10.5 sacks and 13 tackles for loss in 16 games. He was a Pro Bowler for the 5th time and earned his second straight All-Pro nod. Having Jones continue to play at an elite level was obviously good for the Chiefs. They allowed the second fewest yards, 289.8, and points, 17.3, per game, and they were 7th in defensive DVOA, defense-adjusted value over average, per FDN Fantasy. The downside for Kansas City was that the cost to sign Jones long-term climbed higher than it had been during his holdout. ESPN's Matt Bowen and Jeremy Fowler reported in November he might have positioned himself for a contract worth $30 million annually. That would inch him toward Los Angeles Rams star Aaron Donald, who's the highest-paid interior defender in the NFL, and give him the 3rd highest salary for any defensive player. Jones was honest in a November interview with NBC Sports' Michael Smith when asked about his future in Kansas City. "If we're speaking truthfully, this could be my last year with the Chiefs," he said, via Jared Bush of Fox 4. "Am I gone hate the Chiefs for it? Am I gone down the Chiefs for it? No, I understand the business of it. Hypothetically speaking, if this is my last year, I've given this organization everything I have. I have exhausted everything. If this is my last year, I'm super thankful. Hopefully it's not, but if it is, I'm super grateful for the Chiefs organization and I've poured everything into this." His tone didn't change after the Chiefs' Super Bowl 58 victory over the San Francisco 49ers. Patrick Mahomes signed such a long extension with Kansas City in part to provide the franchise with a little bit of flexibility. His $45 million average salary is already a bit of a bargain, with other quarterbacks now eclipsing $50 plus million. Still, that hasn't stopped general manager Brett Veach from having to make some tough decisions, most notably trading Tyreek Hill when the star receiver was angling for a new contract. The dilemma for Veach this spring was the same as it was last year. Could the Chiefs afford to pay Jones his market rate while having enough cash left over to maintain a squad good enough to contend for a title? Beyond having a lot of players hitting free agency, there were some clear areas where Veach needed to strengthen the squad. Wide receiver is arguably near the top of that list, and proven wideouts don't come cheap. The front office obviously deemed Jones as too good to let go at the end of the day, and it's not difficult to see why.